Welcome everybody to your total lunar eclipse and full moon angel messages. I'm Devon, angel, intuitive, and spiritual teacher, and you are very welcome here. We're going to be doing a spread for the energy of this eclipse that is happening this Friday, March 14th, for those of you in the Central and Pacific time, March 13th, for those of you in Pacific. Did I just say that right? Yes, Central and Eastern, it's March 14th. Pacific, it's the 13th. It will be happening at 23 degrees and 57 minutes of Virgo. So this is a total lunar eclipse and a full moon. It's super, super powerful, but I have a little surprise for you. As I was connecting with the angels before going live, they asked me to do all 12 signs around relationships. So instead of doing my normal spread that I do for the lunar events, where we do the 3 areas of your life, which is career and finance, health and fitness, and relationships. Now, relationships can be significant others, but also parents, children, bosses, best friends, groups of people, right? We're going to do it just on relationships because there is so much happening for all of us right now. And in case you missed it, last week over on Minnow Pond Tarot, I had the honor of doing readings with Chris Reck on this event as well as the one at the end of the month. So we kind of already did the 3 areas last Wednesday. If you missed it, definitely go check it out or go watch it again for hindsight. Remember, I always love to say hindsight's one of the most powerful tools for deepening your connection with the angels, and it's so valuable. But this time we're going to do the overall spread as kind of an energy update for this particular full moon, and then we're going to go to all 12 signs with relationships. So let's hop into these, and I'll say hello to everybody in the chat here. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I enjoy these lives with you so much. Happy Monday. Are you feeling this eclipse energy yet? Are you feeling this full moon? I am. Good morning, Hubert. Good morning, Noel. Good to see you there. Hey, April. Great to see you there. Anna, Cecilia, and Aphrodite. Yay, I can't wait to see you tomorrow on the live. Yeah, by the way, tomorrow is my first community member live. I now have 2 tiers of membership on my YouTube channel. If you want to check that out, just hit the join button below and you can see the descriptions. I won't go into too much tomorrow. It's normally going to be the first Tuesday of every month that we do the member only live, but because I was wrapping up my angel communication last week, for the month of March, it's going to be tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. I will be going deep into answering your questions, helping you deepen your connection with your angels, helping you develop your intuitive abilities, your psychic abilities, any questions you have around that. And then I'm also going to be giving you custom angel messages for the community members because the angels are so efficient. They know who's part of the community. So you can definitely check that on the link below. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central, we will be going live. It'll be a monthly event. There are other things for other tiers as well, but let's hop into these messages for you because I was so excited when I was connecting with the angels and they said, hey, you need to talk about relationships because this is the truth of the matter. Relationships are everything. We didn't come here to have this human experience and be all alone. Plus, relationships can mean different things. It can be a relationship to a project. It could be a relationship to your body, a relationship to your life purpose. But really, for a lot of us, we're going to be seeing a lot of endings to bring in some new beginnings with the new moon at the end of the month. So let's go ahead and get a heads up on this relationship for all 12 signs. I think it's going to be really powerful there. Awakening of Lilith, great to see you in there. Yay! From the badge to the mat. Love that sign. Great to see you here. Hello. And hey, Janie, good to see you. So we'll go into these messages first with the Celtic cross, and definitely let me know where you're tuning in from. I love seeing where you all tune in from all around the world. Welcome to those of you who hopped over from the Minnow Pond to join me here as well. I am so honored to have you here. I've seen so many of your comments saying, hey, I'm here from the Minnow Pond, and I'm honored to have you here. It's such a joy. Chris Reck will be back on my channel at the end of the month. Usually it works out. It's usually the last Wednesday of the month. I don't know, it varies, but he will be back the last Wednesday of this month on this channel for another all signs reading. We haven't figured out the topic yet, but we always figure it out, what works out the best. So let's jump into your reading for this eclipse because I tell you what, I am feeling this energy. I did not sleep at all last night. What about you? Has your sleep been affected by this? I tell you what, it is interesting. At least I know why. At least I know it's because of this energy that's coming in. And so I use that time to my advantage when I wake up and I cannot get back to sleep, I have different techniques I do that are beneficial to my spiritual team. I usually start off with saying my prayers for my family, for the day, my prayers of gratitude. I do have a live I did a while ago about what to do when you wake up at 3 a.m. Lots of tips there if you want to check that out. What am I doing? This goes next. I'm making sure you can see it all. And I use it for meditation. I also will sometimes just go ahead and read like a fictional book because it depends on what's going on for me. If I am worrying about something that's on the horizon, if I catch my mind in a loop, like this is what I'll do sometimes. I'll run through my to-do list over and over. And a great solution for that is to have your journal next to your bedside so you can write down the to-do and say, angels, help me get to that tomorrow. Or any other things that you can write down. That can be helpful. But if you're worried about waking up your partner or you just don't want to turn the light on and like have the light in your face, there are other things you can do. And I definitely last night decided to just go ahead and read this fiction novel. That's one of my things that I was tracking started tracking in, did I track it in February? I can't remember. I've been trying to track how much leisure reading I do. I tend to do mostly reading for work or research, which I love doing. Like I can't get enough of it. But sometimes it's nice to have leisure reading where it's just fun. Like you're just getting lost in a story. And sometimes the epiphanies actually come through that, right? Have you ever been watching a movie and then had an aha moment about something that's actually going on in your life? So yeah, that can be really, really helpful. You haven't been sleeping either, Hubert? Yeah. Hand orange covering eyes. Oh, the emoji. Yeah. Yay. I'm glad. Okay. I was just checking in with the comments here. So we're all feeling this energy. No, you're not alone with this. Try to plan some times for nap. I turned on the news today and apparently today's National Nap Day. I'm like, gosh, there's a national something every day, isn't there? But it makes sense that it would be the first weekday back to work for most of us here in the Northern Hemisphere that we would have National Nap Day after the time change. If you're somewhere where there's a time change. I know you lucky ducks in Arizona don't mess with that, right? Okay. So let's jump into these eclipse messages because I cannot wait to get to the all 12 signs for your relationships. Now, remember, we do have all 12 signs in our birth chart. So I encourage you to listen to all 12 signs. And at the end, of course, we will do a bonus message to pull it all together. And Noelle says, I need no excuse to nap. I love that, Noelle. I completely agree. It's just a matter of making myself do it. It's like I tend to want to cram so many things in during the day before the kids get home. And then all of a sudden there was no chance to nap. So I'm going to make more of an effort for sure. Love that. All right, let's go into this overall reading here because we're going to get to all 12 signs in your relationships with this eclipse. We're going to be seeing big things around relationships, but this Celtic cross will help us get an understanding of what relationships that is for us, all right? Now, of course, I'm always going to encourage you to grab that journal, keep it close to you, because if any people pop into your mind, ideas, thoughts, if you hear an airplane go overhead, if you hear a train in the distance, please write that down. And let's go into this energy here. So first thing we're seeing, what were we just talking about? Not being able to sleep. We have the 4 of Air card. Time to rest or take a vacation. Allow more time before making a decision. Meditation may provide answers. So with this eclipse energy, which is happening at the end of this week, remember we also have Mercury going retrograde the same day on the 14th. So it says, allow more time before making a decision. This retrograde energy is going to give us that opportunity to slow down. Also, if you have an opportunity to take a little trip or do a staycation or take a break from something, that can be helpful. Now, I know all the astrologers warn about, well, travel is not good and communication is not good during these retrogrades. That can happen, but just have a plan B and a plan C. Bring a deck of cards with you, bring extra supplies. Just be willing to enjoy the journey if you are going somewhere. Because we can't live our life not doing things because of a current transit, right? We have to take advantage of the energy. But this is saying time to rest or take a vacation. So maybe this weekend, all you need to do is just clear your calendar. If you have anything going on this weekend that you're not looking forward to, maybe you can call it off, postpone it to another time, talk to the people involved and be like, hey, I'm just not feeling this weekend. I'm worn out. take care of your health. That's going to be important with this full moon, because a lot of times health concerns we've been ignoring will come to the surface with a full moon. It's a release, right? It's a release of energy. But let's go deeper into this so we can get to the all 12 signs in your relationships here for this eclipse. We have the crossing energy, the challenge energy is 5 of Earth, fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, uncertain self-employment. So this could be what's going on for you right now, is you've been afraid to take action with something because you are concerned about what it's going to cost, or you are concerned about how you're going to acquire the resources. So we will get guidance from you, but it could also be, since this is going to be a relationship reading for the eclipse, it could also be where fears around money are affecting that relationship. It could be that you're in a relationship where the resources are tight, or you have a disagreement on where to invest those resources. And so we'll get clarification when we get to all 12 signs, but that's really interesting, and we will definitely keep an eye on that when we get to the all 12 signs reading and the bonus message at the end. So also, when I see this uncertain self-employment card, that also could be that, you're holding back on investing in something. Oh, it's 11:11 my time, right when I said that. 11:11 Central here. We don't want to bring in fears around resources that will keep us from manifesting. It's like we would essentially be creating our own financial block if we allowed that. So let's get some more guidance on that, because that's one of the things that angels are helping us do, is see where maybe we're getting in our own way. So what's going on subconsciously here? We have the 5 of Fire card. It says competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. So this is something that's going on behind the scenes. Maybe you're aware of it, or maybe you're not. Maybe someone in your life hasn't been sharing with you something that they're dealing with at home or in one of their relationships. If you feel like this reading is about, a coworker or a boss, it could be that maybe they're facing relationship issues that you don't know about, or they're facing fears around money, and that's why they're not offering you that job raise or job advancement, right? We're going to get clarification, but this is interesting to have going on in the unknown. This is kind of the area of the unknown or the subconscious. So there may be things where you have competing goals with people in your life. And like I said, that's why I was asked to do the relationship reading. It could be someone in your life, you just aren't seeing eye to eye on something. Maybe you're not seeing eye to eye on how to spend your money or how to spend your resources. Remember, money is energy. So it could be you're investing too much time into something and you realize the other person's heart isn't really in it. So we'll see what that is for everybody here. Remember, I do always say that prayer protection, that the angels have these messages reach us only when it's our highest interest, that we only connect with God's highest vibrational beings. If you want to check out my prayer protection, I have it linked below for free. You can download my prayer protection. It's a wallpaper for your phone. You can also get my angel card spreads. We have this Mercury retrograde coming up on Friday. I have a angel card spread just for Mercury retrograde. I also have one for full moons and new moons. So feel free to go download those. They're totally free. And use them. I use them every month when there's a lunar event or a Mercury retrograde. Super fun to use. And then, like I said, even on my phone, I have my prayer protection that I use as my wallpaper here. And there's 3 options there if you want to download those. They're in the link below. All right, going to the recent past part of this. So this is what we've been going through leading up to this eclipse. We have 9 of Fire. 9 of Fire. It says, don't give up. Protect that which you've created, have courage, and believe in yourself. So this card is really about protecting what you have created so far, even if there's fear around money, even if there's conflict with others. We really want to believe in where we're headed, believe in our vision for the future and what our heart wants. So this is really great. It sounds like you've already been working on protecting what you've created, because this is in the recent past. So they just want to encourage you, keep doing that. The things you've been doing to protect what your heart wants, keep going, because it's working. And what's coming up in the present energy right now leading into this eclipse, we have the Unity card. Wow. This is really fascinating for this eclipse energy, and the fact that this eclipse reading is for relationships. Hey, AC, good to see you there. We're doing this eclipse reading for relationships. We're going to go into all 12 signs. This is talking about traditional viewpoints or methods, spiritual organizations, seek out mentors and like-minded people. So it could be that what's coming between you and another person with a relationship is a traditional viewpoint. Maybe you disagree, or maybe you just no longer align with that old thought process, right? Like the thing that comes to mind for me with this card when I think of traditional viewpoints, just to keep it really non-political and non-religious, it could be that, traditionally it was seen that in the home, the woman raised the kids and took care of the house chores, and the husband went out and got the money and won the bread, right? That was the traditional way, right? But we've seen how that has changed for so many over time, where they equally share that, they equally take care of the home and the children and earn, or even sometimes the dad stays home. That's just a really basic example. You could apply this to anything. It could actually be that someone in your life has totally different, religious views or something. So you'll know what that is for you, but this is what's going on right now with your relationships. So it could be that you need to find someone who follows your same thought process and join a group of people where you will feel like you belong, but you can still maintain your autonomy. Okay. So this is really positive. In fact, what they're saying is this eclipse card is actually guiding you towards this group of people. And I can tell you, you're in the right place right now to be part of that group of people who are here wanting to raise the vibration of the planet and stay on track to where their heart wants to go. Coming up in the near future, we have the Magician card. Ooh, I love this. Hey, Truth or Fears, good to see you there. I love this card for this near future card. This is a card of transforming energy. You have to put energy into something in order for it to come back to you. And if you want it to transform, you need to really trust that you have the magic within. And this is coming up in the near future, which means that's what this eclipse is doing for us. So we're going to get into all 12 signs and what this means for relationships for you, but trust that you can transform that energy. So whoever, and it could be more than one person, right? So keep track of who's popping in your mind when you hear things, right? Like I said, all 12 signs are in all of our birth charts. So you might hear something for Cancer, but you don't have anything in Cancer, and it makes you think of your boss or your mother, right? Because that's a mother energy. Or you could hear something in Scorpio and it makes you think of your best friend from college. We do have people coming back from our past, even if it's not in person. They may be sliding into our DMs. They may be popping up in our dreams. They may be coming in just through random memories when you're sitting there daydreaming. We want to transform that energy around what it is, and we're going to get a lot of guidance when we get into all 12 signs. So moving on to your personal power for this energy, we have the 9 of Earth. Okay, you guys get a little sneak peek here. I just recorded the forecast for April energy. I just recorded it because I'm going to be out of the office when I want to get that video up for you guys. I'm just going to tell you a little sneak peek. This was an essential card in that spread for you guys. And it's exciting. It's good stuff. These things are happening for you. And I love that this came in your personal power. When you see the April energy update, you're going to know why. So it says enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. What were we saying here around fears around self-employment? So your power will come from enjoying life's little luxuries, from taking that quiet time alone to ponder things, what it is that you really want. You know, if you're ever had to take care of young kids, or you have young kids or grandkids, we all know, like we were talking about it being National Nap Day today, we all know that quiet time alone becomes a luxury when it's hard to get that time alone, right? So do things that make you feel the luxury, but don't actually cost you things. But since we have that crossing energy of 5 of Earth, fears around money, the things you're going to want to do with this eclipse energy, you're going to want to find the luxury in the little things, right? Stopping to smell the roses, spending time out in nature. Are you able to take your laptop outside and go work in the sun for a little bit? I mean, be careful. Don't get too much exposure, but maybe you need a little vitamin D to give you a little more pep in your step, you know? Not a health advisor here, just that popped in for somebody. But this is going to be your personal power, is enjoying life's little luxuries. So, all right. Let's do this affirmation. I easily find joy in the little things. I easily find joy in the little things. If you want to write that pocket affirmation below this video to affirm your personal power. I easily find joy in the little things. This is what we want to remember with this eclipse energy, with this Mercury retrograde that's coming up, where you might see delays, you might see changes in plans, you might see connection or communication errors. Find joy in the little things. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be doing a little traveling coming up during this Mercury retrograde. It was nothing I could do about it. You got to go with the flow. I'm going to take my coloring book with my pencils. I'm going to do some coloring. And if there's a delay, I'm going to sit and do that. You know, I'm going to get a cup of tea and enjoy wherever I am. I'm going to bring some playing cards. I'm going to, have backup podcasts on my phone. There's going to be ways that I'm going to enjoy life's little luxuries. If there are any kind of delays, of course, I'm not calling that in. And I always like my favorite pocket affirmation, I am in divine flow. So I will be using that a lot during this upcoming eclipse energy and Mercury retrograde. Thank you for writing that in the comments, everybody. Appreciate it. And thank you so much for liking and sharing this video. It really means a lot to me. It really helps the video find others. Now let's get to your external factors here so we can keep going and get to all 12 signs in your relationships. We have the 4 of fire. This is your external factor. So this could be literally your environment. It could be people around you. It could be things happening on the wider world stage. We have 4 of fire, contentment, peace, and abundance, a happy home life, the successful completion of a project. I wonder why I had that little slip up there. But we want to bring in that feeling in our environment. We want the love, the passion, the happy home life in our environment. So maybe it is a good weekend to clear your schedule and do some spring cleaning, rearrange the furniture, move things around. Do you enjoy crystals? Move your crystals around. A lot of people like to put their crystals out in the full moon light. You could do that and dust them off, clean them off, keep them clean, whatever that is for you. I love having my crystals around. I don't always get them out into the full moon energy because I have so many. It would take me all day. But I do like to move things around and keep them clean. And I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning myself. So bring in that happy contentment home life. And that's going to help you feel cozy during this eclipse energy. That's going to help you with your relationships. Truth or Fear says, life's a game. So let's play. I love that. Exactly. Let's play. So let's get to our hopes or fears. This is the 2 sides of the same coin card, as what I like to call it, because you can either lean into the hope or lean into the fear. And we have the 7 of air card. Okay, so a lot of readers out there associate this with lying, cheating, stealing, maybe even lying to yourself about something. But Chris Reck, my buddy over on Minnow Pond Tarot, you guys know him. He says this is actually a positive card, and it is a card of action. This card says plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, and poor timing. So use this to get some information, do some research, okay? And if you are feeling fearful about something, then do some homework, do some research. Remember what I said at the beginning, have that plan B and that plan C, plan to change your plans, have backups to do things to entertain yourself, learn something new. Have any of you been listening to that podcast, the telepathy tapes? Have I brought this up on lives before? I feel like I have with some of you. If you haven't checked out that podcast, please go check it out. If you have any interest in telepathy, it is so fascinating. And I'm not even finished with it. I'm finished with season 1, but I think they just started season 2. And I'm still behind on getting caught up with it, but it is really, really validating. And if you're new to my channel, you probably don't know, I'm also a trained animal communicator, and telepathy is how you communicate with animals. Well, it's how we communicate with all beings, right? Ultimately, but it's easier for humans to usually use their words, but this telepathy tape shows how it's actually easier to use telepathy for some. So I won't give anything away, but they have these at least 2 episodes all about animal telepathy that was really fun to listen to, because it's just great to hear validation on that type of work. Okay, moving to the final outcome so we can get to all 12 signs relationships with this eclipse, we have the release card. You can't make this stuff up. We're getting the release card for the full moon in Virgo. We're getting the release card for the eclipse. It says the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. It's time to move on. All of us are going to be releasing something because it's time to move on. Now, this could be letting go of something that's getting in the way of your relationship. So that's why I was asked right at the last minute, hey, let's do all 12 signs just about relationships for this reading. I'll even change the thumbnail when I get off here, so you know which, if you want to come back and use that powerful gift of hindsight, which I hope you do, you'll know which video to go to. I'll change the thumbnail from Eclipse angel messages to like Eclipse in your relationships. What do you think I should put on the thumbnail? Let me know in the comments. But we are going to be releasing this. Now, if you are somebody that likes to work with the archangels, which is you don't have to do, but Archangel Azrael is a fantastic energy to work with for transformation gently, for embracing change, okay? For embracing the change. Now, like I said, little sneak peek, I just did the angel messages for April, the forecast. You're going to want to check that out. I'm going to air that this Monday because I'm going to be out of the office. I'm going to air the pre-recorded version instead of the live. I'm telling you, you're going to want to come back and watch this video, and you're going to want to check out those messages. It's going to tie it all together so beautifully for all of you. So let's get into all 12 signs for the relationships, because I am loving the guidance we are getting here. And I think we're going to get a lot more clarity around our relationships. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 cards for all 12 signs from my relationships deck. Now remember, we have all 12 signs in our chart. All of us do. So if you have no planets in Aries, still listen to Aries. If you have nothing in Pisces, still listen to Pisces. And of course, I will have bonus messages at the very end to wrap it all together, to bring us any clarity. Usually what I like to do is get some action cards. Like, what do we do about this energy? What do we do right now? That's one thing I get from my clients a lot. It's like, well, I understand what they're saying, but now what? Like, what do I actually do with this? So we'll ask for that. First, we're going to talk about our relationships. So let me see if I can scoot this so we don't have to totally take it off the board. If you want to take a screenshot, let me just leave this here. If you want to take a quick screenshot for this eclipse energy here. And then I'm going to move this up so that we have room for the relationship cards. But I want to be able to reference this for you guys, and at least where I can see it. Okay, so let's go into, I'll just push this completely up here. How about that? How's everybody doing? Let me know how you're doing in the comments. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Tammy, good to see you there. I love being able to connect with you guys on the live here, but I will be doing some pre-recorded videos when I'm out of the office coming up in towards the end of March. So I'm going to take advantage of these lives here with you guys. And like I said, I do have my community member live tomorrow. I'm so excited for the first one. It will normally be the first Tuesday of the month, but we're doing it tomorrow to kick it off. All right, so we're going to start off with Aries. Aries. And actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make things easier for everybody, and I'm going to write the timestamps. How about that? So you don't have to do it for me. All right. I try to help. I feel like it helps when I put the signs up. Does it help when I do the signs up? All right. Let's do Aries here. Aries. Can you see the Aries card? Let me see. Yeah, we got it up there. There we go. All right. We are at, what's the timestamp here? All right, 11:28 my time. It is Aries, and we are talking about relationships. What do we have for Aries and the relationship? Good morning, Laura. Good to see you there. All right, we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. We have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. And we have, it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest interest of all. I love having these cards together for you, Aries, because we all tend to lean into the relationships we learned from first, which for most of us is our parents. Whether your parents were together or not, when you were a child, there are still things that you learn from them, habits that you learned, and there might be things that are still causing you doubt in the future of your relationships because of things with your parents. So there's probably some healing that needs to be done around things you learned from your parents, or maybe the way your parents approached relationships. Now, like I said, this doesn't have to be about a romantic partner. It doesn't have to be about somebody in your close, immediate family. But since I am getting this romantic card for Aries, I feel like it's that you're wanting that passion in something. There's something that maybe you're intrigued by, it's got your attention, you get butterflies with it, right? And so if there is something that gets you excited, we can think about the romance of life too, right? It doesn't have to just be either an actual romantic relationship, but whoever popped into your mind first, keep that in mind there. And then we have the, it is safe for you to love. So, there's probably some healing that is going to finally come to the surface with this eclipse, especially regarding any kind of family issues. So it may not be parents. It could be a sibling. It could be an aunt or uncle where there was something that happened that is coming up for final healing here so that you feel safe to be loved, Aries. So who was the first person that popped into mind for you? I encourage you to include it with these messages here about the releasing and take some time to heal that. Just take some time to affirm that you are lovable and it is safe for you to love. So I love that for the Aries. All right, moving on to the Tauruses. All right, Taurus. Let's see what we have here for you. For relationships, we have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. We have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I feel like we got that card for you recently in a relationship reading. And true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. All right, this does feel like a romantic reading for some of you out there, but if you're not looking for romance, it could be a new phase in your romantic relationship or a new phase in something you're doing. It could also be a creative project for some of you Tauruses, where maybe you're just starting a new creative project and you're falling in love with it, but you're getting to know the character of the project. Does that make sense? Maybe some of you are writing a book. Maybe some of you are approaching a project differently than you ever have before. Maybe you always follow a certain method when you start something new and you're trying something new. So this getting to know each other energy is what I'm definitely seeing. It's like it's a slow start because you haven't done it this way before. If this is a relationship, I feel like, yeah, this is just the beginnings of it, but you will definitely benefit from nurturing yourself first. And if you haven't seen my 2025 angel messages, please go check those out. That was a big, big message for Tauruses, is you've got to really focus on your health and putting your health first, putting things in perspective to how you relate to others. And this is ultimately going to bring you the romance of a lifetime. So if it's not an actual person, maybe it is a creative project, this is going to be something that really is something you remember for life. And it's maybe something that's going to affect the world in a great way. So I'm feeling really, really good things for Tauruses. Just trust that because we have these release cards out here and we have this magician card here for the overall energy, you're going to want to take your time. So getting to know each other means taking your time and loving yourself first. Don't overwork yourself. And just really trust that the romance will find you when you just keep following your heart and taking your time there. So I love that for Tauruses. All right, for Geminis. Geminis at 11:33 Central my time. Love it. We have the past life relationship card. Interesting. If you're just joining me, we're doing relationships for the eclipse. I was guided to talk just about relationships for this reading. We have the you deserve love. You are lovable. What was I telling the Aries? You're lovable too. This past life relationship says you've known each other before. And then we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So Gemini, yes, there is something you're wanting to call into your life. You may have recently met somebody and it feels really, really familiar. And maybe you're questioning that because of relationships in the past. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a person you want to collaborate with, right? Or maybe you really want your project to be lovable, because that's the thing I see here is you're really wanting to take something out into the world. And maybe you're just looking back on past times where you've taken something out into the world and it has gone not quite the way you wanted, but they want you to know that the energy is there for you. So when I see calling in your soulmate, I don't take these cards literally, but you could literally need to affirm you're ready for this person to come in your life, even if it's not romantic, even if it is the ideal collaboration or the ideal job, or it could be a relationship to where you live, Geminis. I mean, it could be like, I'm really calling in my soulmate home where I'm meant to live. These things need to be affirmed, is what they're saying, so that the eclipse energy can remove the things that are blocking you from getting this love you desire. And also notice anything happening in your dreams, Geminis. I'm getting that potentially you might be having some past life dreams over this eclipse. So let me know. Let me know if over the next couple of weeks you have any dreams that feel familiar, like it was another time that you lived in. That'd be fascinating. All of you, I'd love to hear if that's happening for you. For me, when I have those past life dreams, are so real, yet so different from my normal dreams. So they really stand out for me. All right, moving on to Cancers. Hey, Cancers, here's what we have for relationships for you for this eclipse energy. We have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept help from others. Okay, so maybe you need to seek somebody that you trust to help you with trustworthy guidance on a relationship in your life. That could be really good. Let them support you. Let them walk you through these things that are coming up. Also, we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So maybe you've been letting too many distractions get in the way of your relationships. Maybe it's time to take a break from trying so hard. If you've been trying to really find a creative solution to something and you're not having any luck, maybe it's time to take a break. That could be a good thing. What's the phrase? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe just taking a break from that particular topic you're having a discussion, or taking a break from each other could really benefit. And then we have the engagement card. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So what I love about this card, Cancers, is that it feels like with this, remember we got this release card. If you're just joining me, definitely go back and check out the overall spread when I had it all on screen. We are going to be letting go of things that are no longer serving us. Sorry, the camera blurred when I did that, didn't I? And we want to trust that these things that are leaving our life are for us, right? So Casglow says, I'm a bit behind, but I do easily find joy in the little things. Yes, I easily find joy in the little things. Thank you, Casglow, for putting it in there. That was the pocket affirmation for the Celtic cross. Yeah, so for Cancers, it sounds like you're going to need to take a break from something in order for your relationships to go to the new level, right? Now, it could mean some relationships are ending so that you can finally love yourself the way you deserve to be loved, and then really attract that soulmate that is meant to be your ideal partner. But I'm getting for most of you, this is more just looking at things differently, taking a break from it. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could be something to do with a creative project or a job, just taking that break. We're all getting energy of taking a break with this eclipse energy, right? So just if you can get away and do something different, that could be good. Maybe you and your if it's a romantic partner, maybe you guys do need to just get away from it all, go unplug, just spend time, just the two of you. But that might mean you have to ask your friends for help watching the kids, or help be supportive in helping you, find a better way to approach the issue, because you are going to really take things to the next level with your commitment. Okay. So that's really, really positive, Cancers. I love that for the Cancer energy. All right. We're going to move on to lovely Leos. What do we have for lovely Leos? For relationships at the eclipse for Leos, we have the first card is deception. Interesting. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. All right, we're going to clarify this. Don't worry that it doesn't have to be. I know we had the 7 of Air card earlier and we were going, okay, it doesn't just have to mean lying, cheating, deceit. We will get clarification here. But the mask can sometimes be that it's a friend that actually has romantic feelings for you, right? So it's not necessarily a negative thing, or it's somebody who wants to do something like take the relationship to the next level and they're not ready. So let's get some clarification for you, Leos. We have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. That's what I thought. Who popped into your mind, Leos? Who popped into your mind? Maybe it's time to really express how you feel. Maybe you have a partner in your life that just isn't sure how you feel. Hey, Erica, good to see you there. We're talking about relationships for the eclipse, and we're on Leos here. And it looks like Leos need to look around to see where maybe somebody is afraid to be completely upfront with you about how they feel. So if you express your love and joy, that's really going to benefit. And again, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be, maybe your boss is ready to give you that promotion, but he's afraid you're going to see it as too much work and maybe you don't feel ready. And so if you go in and say, I'm really excited to try something new, I love doing this work, you might get that job offer. So let's see what else we have for Leo's. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So this is beautiful. You're great at flirting, Leos. You know what? Express your love. Show how lovable you are. You love people so dearly. And I really love this energy for Leos because it feels like what you're releasing is how you truly feel. You're letting it out. You're letting the people in your life know what you love, what you feel. It could be that you've been wearing a mask too. You haven't really been honest with yourself that, hey, I do want to take things to the next level with that person. I do. And if you are already in a romantic relationship, maybe it's just that heart to heart, like, hey, honey, I really have been feeling this way. Can we try that, vacation we always wanted to try? Can we try, doing a project together? Is there something that you guys could talk about and just flirt with the idea? Nothing has to be decided right now. We actually probably won't decide anything until Mercury is direct. At the beginning of this live, I went over the transits. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the April one. I just recorded the April energy. I went over the transits, but probably not till the end of April, early May are we going to be ready to make a decision. So just flirt with the different ideas, but express your love, Leos. That's going to really help you guys out for this eclipse energy. All right, let's move on to the amazing Virgos. Let's see. Do we have the sign up there? Yes, we do. At 11:42 a.m. Central. Virgos. What do we have for Virgo relationships? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Wow, that goes right along with a lot of the energy we were getting over on Minnow Pontero. If you saw our eclipse readings over there, we did an overall for all 12 signs. This is just focused on relationships. But this similar energy here for the Virgos, of course, about really letting go of things from the past because you do remember the details. You're very good at that. You have a very good memory. So it may be time to just release some things with this energy. Just let it go. Something that just every time you think about it, it just really still gets under your skin. We're going to be working on forgiving and learning from that with this eclipse. And then we have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, so if anybody new has recently come into your life or does come into your life between now and the new moon at the end of the month, then just look for those red flags, look for things. And it could be even red flags with yourself, or maybe it's like an old habit that needs to be released, an old habit in the relationship of assuming how the other person feels instead of just asking them. That's one thing that I see with a lot of my Virgo clients is they tend to go too deep with how someone else feels without actually asking. And so then it can lead to, creating a story that isn't really true there. So Eric is saying we always need to remember to let go. Yes, exactly. And AC says the South Node in Virgo is definitely healing. Great point. Very great point. So we're all going to be benefiting from this healing energy of this eclipse. And then the final card I'm getting for Virgos is playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So get out and play, Virgos, with this eclipse energy. Get outdoors, do something fun with a beloved pet, go meet up with some friends if you feel like doing that, or do a creative project that you love doing. Like, what does springtime, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, or fall, if you're in the southern, what does it remind you of? Like an old project you would always do? Go do that. By the way, it's 1144, angel number, as I'm saying these messages for Virgos. So definitely do something creative with this energy. It sounds like you're going to be really shining in a new way in your relationships. When you work on this healing, it sounds like doing a creative project is going to benefit your relationship. So it's kind of like, I've brought this up in past lives. Have any of you seen Under the Tuscan Sun? It's like one of my favorite movies with Diane Lane. And the like beautiful lady that's like the model, the former actress, she says, go work on your house and forget about it. And that's what I'm hearing when I see this for Virgos. Go work on your project and forget about it. And then the relationship will show up for you. So I'm loving that for Virgos. All right, moving on to Libras. Hey, Libras. Libras, for your relationships, we have let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so this is interesting being for Libras, right? Since you guys can see both sides, I understand why it might be hard to let go of control issues because you can see when something's getting out of balance. You can see it. You have that higher perspective and you want to be like, hey, pay attention. You're about to make things out of balance. So, but this is something where it has to unfold in its own time, right? Especially with this Venus retrograde energy we're in right now too. So let's see what else they have coming up for you, Libras, because it sounds like you'll know what this is and you know what relationship this is already. It's something that you want to control, but you just know you can't. And we have soulmate. So yes, this is your soulmate. Maybe it is that you're wanting to, really time out when someone comes in your life. Like I'm hearing for some of you, it's like, well, I think this could be the person, but I don't have enough time right now to have that relationship, or I need more time to heal before I start a new relationship. So there is something about timing here. And it could be that the other person that you feel is your soulmate, they're not quite ready. They're just slowly dipping their toes back into the relationship world. And again, it could be the same thing with it. It could be a relationship to a job or a project, but allow it to unfold naturally. And what I'm getting to is like, remember, we have this stellium and Pisces, all this water energy. Things need to flow. They need to flow. So we don't want to force anything with this energy. So let's see what the final card we have for Libras. Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So remember what I just said. It could be that you've just been too busy at work to call in that soulmate, to pay attention to that partner. Maybe you're in a relationship and it's not really going the way you want. It could be that you just haven't been giving it enough attention. You've been spending too much time with this. Or it could be the opposite. It could be that you're focusing on it too much. You're focusing on the relationship too much. And just like the Virgos, it's like, go work on your career and forget about it. Noelle says, love that movie. You always go to the New York Botanical Gardens in the springtime, AC? I love that. That sounds beautiful. Yes, I love going to the Botanical Gardens too. So yeah, that's what we're going to need to do, Libras, is go work on something that your heart wants and forget about the rest. It will let things unfold. It really is true. All right, so let's move on to Scorpios for the eclipse relationships. Scorpios, what do we have for your relationships with this eclipse? What are we releasing? What are we bringing in? New love. I like that, Scorpios. You guys have been getting some great cards lately. If you saw the one that I did with Chris Reck on Minnow Pontero, y'all got some great ones. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I love that, Scorpio. Just remember, we have Venus retrograde, so take your time. Just like the Libras, avoid controlling the situation. Let it unfold naturally. And then we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. See, that's what you're going to be releasing with this energy. You're going to be releasing your ex so that this new love can come in. And then we have the make the effort card. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So yeah, the Scorpios have been encouraged to really get out there in a bigger way. So this could be, a project, maybe a relationship to a project that you're afraid to release because in the past it didn't go the way you wanted. But for most Scorpios, I'm getting this is a person Maybe you are excited to take a new job, but you got so burned by your boss at the last job that you're afraid to do that. They're telling you release that. This is a new situation. Make the effort. Focus on the love you have for the work, for the project, for the person. Whatever that is for you, you know what that is. But this is really, really positive energy for what the Scorpios are releasing and what they're bringing in with this eclipse energy. Moving on to the Sages. Sagittarius, what do we have for your relationships with this eclipse? We have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. This is true. When we sit on the fence and we don't make a decision, nothing happens, right? So just make a choice and go with it. After you do that, you can change your mind. You can pivot. You can change the way you do things. That's okay. The key is you have to make that decision. Because we have Mercury going retrograde on Friday, if you're watching this video before then, you might be making the decision now before then. Or it could be that you're just pondering the decision and doing the research you need so that once everything is direct at the end of March it's really mid-April that everything's direct. But, early May, whatever that is, you're set up. You're ready to go. You're ready to hit that release button and get that thing out there, whatever that is that you're wanting to do. You also have passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. So whatever this decision it is, it's got to involve your heart, right? It's got to be something that you get excited about. If you're feeling meh, that's not it. If you're feeling bored, that's not it. You need to decide based on something you feel joy about. But it's okay to change your plans. We've all been guided to remember, plan to change your plans. And then let's look to see what else guidance they have for your relationships. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. So whatever this is, I'm actually getting for Sages, this is more likely a relationship to a job or a project than it is a person, but it could be a person for some of you. Just remember, you've got to make the decision. You've got to follow the joy. And then when you find your bliss, that brings in whoever is meant to be part of that. Right. So that's why I was seeing, if you're wanting to launch a YouTube channel or launch a podcast or something like that, it's like when you just fall in love with it and you don't care what anybody else thinks because you love it so much, then people naturally love it because they see the bliss and it attracts them to you. And you've got all these people waiting for you, Sag. You've got this audience. I'm feeling for Sages, this is more of something big they're meant to do, not necessarily a person. But if a person did pop into mind for you, definitely write it down and use hindsight, but write down whoever it is. Maybe they're meant to work with you on this project. So that's very exciting. I love this for Sages. All right, moving on to Capricorns and your relationships for this eclipse, this first eclipse. If you guys like me doing this, please let me know in the comments. Maybe I'll do one for the new moon. Normally, I like to do the 3 areas, but these eclipses are so powerful and they do affect all the relationships in our life. So maybe it is a good idea to focus on one topic for the eclipse. And I'm really liking this relationship reading. Capricorns, we have for your relationships codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. All right. So this is the kind of thing where you stay in a relationship because it's comfortable, right? It's not going the way it needs to go. But you are addicted to that normalcy. You're addicted to the comfort, to, it'd be harder to make the change and more uncomfortable to make the change to get out of it than to just stay in that situation. It could also be that there is someone in your life that's being affected by something that they're, struggling with. Addictions don't always mean life negating substances. It could also mean being addicted to watching TV and not getting off the couch and focusing on your relationship, or being addicted to be a perfectionist. So look around your life to see where there's something that's not quite working, but it's just would be so uncomfortable to change it. And this is going to actually be easy to release with this eclipse energy. So actually, this energy is really supporting you for letting go of whatever that codependency is. You know, Capricorns, you've been through so much. You really have. I'm a Cap rising, so I get it. I'm right there with you. But there are things that it will be easier to let go of with this eclipse. So let it happen. Let that transformation happen. I don't think you're going to have to do much for that. Let's see what else is coming in with this. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. All right, so that could be true. Are you in a relationship with somebody who has different spiritual system beliefs than you do? That could be affecting you. That's going to have to be something you go within about, where maybe it's, you know, you're wanting this person to be on the same page with you about this, or you need to let go of, it could be that you're codependent with the way you were brought up in your religious, you know, world. It could be that it's time to move on from that. You know, maybe you're realizing you've outgrown the religion you were once a part of. It could even be outgrowing the church you go to. It's time to move to a different church. It doesn't mean you're leaving the religion behind. By the way, it's 11:55 as I say that. So I do feel that for a lot of Capricorns, you've been clinging really tightly to some type of religion or spiritual belief that is affecting your relationships. So that's interesting to think about. Instead of going within, maybe you're leaning so hard on that you're not seeing the opportunity there for your relationships. So what else am I getting? Trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I love that. But you know what? It's really, this is going to be a process of, like, what are those called that they do at the summer camps, the trust falls, or like when they're doing like a workshop, they do a trust fall where somebody has to like cross their arms and fall backwards into people. Oh, luckily I've never done that. That scares me, but that's what you're doing with your spiritual team and your angels, right? You're trusting them to guide you through this. So whatever is coming up for you in relationships that is ending or is transforming, have faith that it's in your highest interest. And then it's allowing you to get rid of this codependency. It's allowing you to stop being so reliant on traditional viewpoints and really just follow your heart in those relationships and let your heart guide you. So it's going to be really good for you, Capricorns. Just have that faith. Your team is with you. Ask for loud and clear signs. Heidi says, again late, but watch once you post. Thanks, Heidi. Great to see you. Like I say, better late than never. Great to see you. Okay, we've got Aquarius here at 11:57 my time. Aquarians, what's going on for relationships with you guys with this eclipse? Oh my goodness. We have children. Interesting. By the way, I'm going to do bonus messages, actions to take at the end for everybody. So we'll get there after we do Pisces. Children, your love life is being affected by children. So I don't take these cards literally. You might be thinking, I don't have children. I have no intention of having children, but it could actually be children. It could be that maybe you want to have children, your partner doesn't. It could be that you want to take your relationship to the next level, but your children need so much of your attention. It's been hard to do that. It could be an actual creative project that you've been really wanted to focus on, but you have a relationship to a colleague that keeps pulling you away. I am getting that for a lot of Aquarians. You are really trying to focus on what you want in your relationships, but maybe a boss or a colleague keeps dragging you back into their drama or what they need, and you're not having the time for your child, your creative project. So keep that in mind as we're listening to these messages for the Aquarians and their relationships. And ooh, I love this card, Honeymoon. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I feel like I got this card for Aquarians on the last reading we did where we went over relationships. Did we? You guys remember? Let me know in the comments. But I love this card because what it's saying is, you know, leave behind the things that are keeping you from what you love and go on a vacation, do a staycation where you both turn off your phones and turn off the electronics and just spend time getting to know each other on a deeper level. It could also be a creative project. You know, maybe it's time to just really get excited about the newness of something. So let's see what else we have for Aquarians. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Interesting. Well, we're all having that. And that's why I say all 12 signs we're all affected by it. So who's popping into your mind? Who's sliding into your DMs? Who's showing up in your dreams? Okay. This could be sliding in there. This could be there to remind you about the things that you want in your relationships, right? It could be, I'm getting maybe some Aquarians have a child with somebody from the past, or they were with somebody who had a child before the relationship, and maybe that child's coming back and just being like, hey, you were a big part of my life. That was like a very specific message for somebody. And that's okay, because it's there to remind you about the things you love and the things that you're here to do. And maybe this person is coming back into your life to say, you were always such a good storyteller, or you were always such a great person to come get advice from. And you're going, oh, I didn't even know that person saw me that way. And it inspires you to get out there and do something new with your relationships to your projects or people in your life. So I really like that for the Aquarians, for this eclipse energy in your relationships. Moving on to the Pisces. Pisces, what's going on for you guys with your relationships and this eclipse? We have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. Isn't that exciting? All right, who's the first person that popped in your mind? Who are you thinking about? Because we are having people come back from the past, right? And that's not always a bad thing. Maybe the timing just wasn't right. Maybe it wasn't that you never had a chance to get together, but there was always those romantic feelings there. It could also be somebody coming back from your past to work with you again on a project, to do a collaboration. Maybe a boss coming back from the past who's finally giving you that dream job, that dream opportunity. So it doesn't have to be romantic, but I am curious who pops into your mind. You don't have to tell me, but I'm just saying somebody did, right? And then who's coming up for the next card here for Pisces? Separation. Time apart from your partner is on the horizon. So this is not a negative thing. This could be that somebody has come into your life that you're excited about, but due to this Mercury retrograde, due to this Venus retrograde, due to these eclipses, they've got to, take a job offer out of state, or they've got to travel for work for a while. This could be a good thing. Like we said for one of the other cards, absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? This is where you have the opportunity to get on the phone at night and have those deep conversations, because that's all you can do to be able to spend time together. So this is coming up for some of you with your partners, and it could actually benefit you. And so what we're seeing here is a wedding. Yeah, this situation involves marriage. All right. So, all right, Pisces, it could be that you're seeing shifts in relationships because one of the partners is ready to go to the next level. Somebody is ready for you to commit, sign on the dotted line. It could be that there is someone coming into your life that is the one, but they're currently separated. They need to wait till their divorce is final so they can actually lean into the relationship wholeheartedly. You'll know what this is for you, but I am seeing that there is some kind of long-term commitment that is on the horizon here, but you're going to want to wait till everything's direct to do that, right? We have that Mercury retrograde on Friday. We have Venus retrograde until April 12th. Everything's in shadow till early May. So let's just take our time. This could be the one, but you might have to spend some time apart in order to get to that long-term commitment. And again, like I said, this could be, that dream job, but you know what that is for you. And I think that's a really positive thing for Pisces when it comes to your relationships. All right, let's get into our bonus messages here to see what actions are we to take when we, starting now, like the minute you get these messages, all the way through the new moon eclipse that's happening at the end of the month, and then even possibly into the fall where we have another round of eclipses. And definitely let me know if you liked me focusing on relationships. I can pick another topic for the eclipse energy, but it's kind of fun to just have one thing to focus on. Although the angels always want you to think about all three areas of your life: your health and fitness, your career and finance. If you're retired, that could be your legacy, your grandchildren, and whatever you leave behind, and then also your relationships. But relationships affect everything we do. So that's why that just popped in my head so loud and clearly to go ahead and do relationships for this eclipse. But let's wrap up with these bonus messages here. We have 2 of Fire. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. 0, the Dreamer, Archangel Metatron, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. Look at that. That's great. And we have Life Experience. Okay, we're going to get 2 action cards here, but let me just pull this together for you. We already had the release card. When you see the April messages, little bonus thing, a couple of these cards are in the April energy update that I'm going to release on Monday. So I'm telling you, new partnerships are coming in. New people are coming into your life because you're being authentic. So keep going with what you're doing. Have that leap of faith, right? You may get some unexpected opportunities to do things, but they're going to change your life perspective. This is the Tower card in the traditional tarot. This is the Angel Tarot card deck by Radley Valentine, one of my all-time favorite decks. But this is coming in with this eclipse. You've got the Tower card and the Release card in this eclipse reading that's focused on relationships. Big changes are coming for all 12 signs when it comes to our relationships. Remember, these things are happening for you. So let's do the action cards here so we know what to do with this energy. We've got the Emperor card, amazing. Organization and logic, structure and discipline, leadership. Remember, you are the leader of your life. Write that in the comment section below if you feel called to. I am the leader of my life. I am the leader. Take the lead with these relationships, okay? That's the action to take. Take the lead. And like I said, listen to all 12 signs. If anything resonated with you, there's something in there for you for relationships, and just take the lead with that. And then the final action to take, we have, oh, I love this. This is so validating with all this retrograde energy. Page of Earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, successful, good news about financial matters, waiting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. So we're going to use this time, we're going to take the lead, and we're going to learn what we can. Learn what you can from what's ending. Learn what you can from your relationships. Take the lead. Get curious. Ask the questions. Ask the hard questions. But have those heart-to-heart conversations. And again, look for that support system. Remember, we have this Unity card up here. Definitely check out the spread from the beginning. That's the overall energy. But, you know, take some quiet time alone with this eclipse energy between now and the new moon. Take the lead with learning something. Learning about relationships. Learning about things your heart wants to do. That way, you are ready when all this energy goes direct. You are ready to take action. You guys, I am so grateful you're here. I hope to see you in my community member live tomorrow. For the community members on this channel, you can check out the information on that in the join button below. I'm so honored to be here with all of you. I'll see you Wednesday for my live as well. And remember, take time every day to connect with the angels.